Welcome back to Sweet Ave Zoo. Today I'm finally giving you a full tour of my reptile room. This space might be small, but it's become one of my favorite places in the house. Everything in here has been adjusted, upgraded, rearranged, and rethought 100 times, and it really reflects how I like to keep animals, intentionally and with the space I have. We'll go through each enclosure and then I'll show you the systems that keep this room running smoothly. Because when you keep this many critters in a limited area, organization matters. Let's start with Fettuccine, my boa. He lives in an 8x2x4, and his enclosure has changed right along with him as he's grown. I really love the feel of this tank. Its height, climbing space, and the stable heat and humidity gradient that stays consistent year round. Watching him move is always calming. Boas have a slow confidence, and it's one of those reasons keeping him has been so rewarding. Next is Chompers, my Savannah monitor. He's in a 4x4x2 and has high output halogens over his basking area and strong UVB. Monitors are incredibly honest animals. You can tell right away if something in their setup needs tweaking just by how they behave. Chompers has taught me a lot about dialing in temperatures, watching body language, and being patient when he settles into changes. Pistachio, my Uromastyx, is here in a 4x2x2 desert setup. I spent a lot of time on the substrate and rock work in this one. Euros thrive in bright light, dry heat, and places to wedge themselves. And in this enclosure, it keeps him active and comfortable. Chicken and Finger, my cane toads, are next. They're in a 4x2x2 with a pond area. This enclosure works for them now, but it's definitely the next big project on my list. Cane toads are surprisingly aware and interactive, and I want their enclosure to have even more space, more areas to explore, dig, soak, so I'm going to redo everything. They're very endearing animals, but super messy. I just love them. This is Dwayne, my Asian forest scorpion. He's in a simple 10-gallon with deep substrate and consistent humidity. Scorpions are easy to overlook, but once you pay attention to the small details and how they move and settle, they're really fascinating to keep. I like having species in the room that break up the rhythm of the typical reptile and amphibians. Now for the tarantulas. Feet's my curly hair tarantula lives in this large cuboid from Tarantula cribs. She's just a steady, predictable spider, and I appreciate that about her. Chef, my green bottle blue, is in the large treehouse crib, and this enclosure is always one of the first to catch people's eyes. The webbing, the colors, the way he uses his vertical space, the crystal, it's all really striking. Tanya, my pink toe, is living in the medium coffin crib, which gives her ventilation and height. Arboreal tarantulas feel the most like watching something delicate in motion, and Tanya was one of the first arboreals that I really connected with. And lastly, my Carabiner Versicolor sling. He's in a 360 4-inch crib. Sling setups are simple but require attention, and it's exciting watching them grow into their adult colors. Just outside the reptile room is Pizza in his planted 20-gallon. He lives with plants, sand, and a few mystery snails. I know mixed setups can kind of spark debate, but Pizza does well here, and the tank has become a peaceful little ecosystem on its own. Now I want to show you some of the systems that make this space work. This pegboard is one of the best decisions I made here. It holds all my feeding tools, my supplements, my temp gun, and even my pupation station for my superworms. Everything hangs where I can see it and grab it quickly. Vertical storage completely changes the workflow of a small reptile room. My bug drawer system is another huge help. I keep mealworms, superworms, and dubia in these drawers. That's it. No crickets. I don't keep crickets in this house. I just buy them here and there and gut load them and then feed them off. I eat them, not crickets. Anyways, having everything in one spot is easy to clean and restock, and it makes feeding days much smoother and much less chaotic. I also keep this little makeup fridge in here. It holds my earthworms, some pre-made crested gecko diet, and anything perishable that I don't want in my kitchen fridge. It keeps everything at a consistent temperature and just makes day-to-day care simpler. And finally, this pump mister has been my go-to for humidity for years. It's easy, reliable, and keeps the arboreals and moisture-loving species happy. But I will be upgrading to a fully automated humidity soon once my partnership with someone is finalized. I cannot wait. I can't wait to tell you and share it, but that's it. We'll just leave it there for now. But yeah, it's gonna elevate my whole room and just make things so much simpler. So that's the full tour. A small space, but intentionally built and always evolving. You don't need a massive reptile room to keep animals well. You just need thoughtful setups, organization, and the willingness to make improvements over time. Thanks for hanging out with me and all the little ecosystems that live here. I hope you enjoy seeing this space as much as I enjoyed building it.